ஹலோ.
சிஸ்டர் வந்துட்டாங்களா?
ஃபாதர் ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
சிஸ்டர் வந்துட்டாங்களா?
இல்ல ஃபாதர் இன்னும் வரல.
சிஸ்டர் வரலைங்களா? ஹலோ.
இல்ல ஃபாதர் வரல ஃபாதர் இன்னும்.
சிஸ்டருக்கு கால் பண்ணுங்க. நீங்க ஃபோன் தனியா வச்சிருக்கீங்களா? சிஸ்டர் கால் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா?
நான் கால் பண்றேன் ஃபாதர்.
ஆமா சிஸ்டர், நான் இது லிங்க் அனுப்பி விட்டுருங்க, தனியாக அனுப்பி விட்டேன்.
சரிங்க ஃபாதர்.
சிஸ்டர் ஒரு கால் பண்ணிடுங்க.
ஓகே ஓகே.
ஷம்லா மேம், சக்திவேல் சார், are you on the line? சக்திவேல் சார்.
ஃபாதர், எஸ் ஃபாதர்.
ஓகே ஓகே சார். நீங்க பேசும்போது மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு திரும்ப அன்மியூட் பண்ணிடுங்க என்ன?
ஓகே ஃபாதர்.
ஓகே சார், ஓகே சார், ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே
ஓகே ஃபாதர்.
ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ சார். இந்த சிஸ்டர் தான் வரணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஜான்சன் அண்ணா.
சொல்லுங்க
சார். உங்களுக்கு அந்த பிரசன்டேஷன் வியூ என்ன அந்த ஃபுல் இது பண்ணலாம், நீங்க அந்த அந்த பேஜ் ஃபுல்லா வரீங்களா? கம்ப்யூட்டர் பேஜ்
நான் அந்த மோட் போகணும்னு வருது ஃபாதர். இந்த மோட் போகணும் நான். இப்போ வரும்.
எஸ் எஸ், ஆமா ஆமா. இப்படி கூட வச்சிடலாம்.
சரி,
அப்படியே கூட வச்சிடலாம். இப்போ நீங்க நான் பிரசன்டிங் கொடுத்துட்டீங்க இல்லைங்களா? ஆமா, சூப்பராக இருக்கு. சிஸ்டர் தான் வரல. சிஸ்டர் வந்தோடனே நம்ம வந்து ஆரம்பிச்சிடலாம்.
ஓகே.
Anand Raju, kindly mute your mic, please. Kindly mute. Dear participants, kindly mute your camera and audio. Anand Raju, kindly mute your audio, please. Anand Raju. Anand Raju, kindly mute your audio, please. Salaman sir, sister வந்துட்டாங்களா?
ஃபாதர்
சொல்லுங்க சிஸ்டர் வந்துட்டாங்களா?
வரேன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க சிஸ்டர்.
ஓகே. பேசுனீங்களா?
ஆமாம் ஃபாதர். ஃபாதர் பேசுகிறேன்.
சிஸ்டர் வந்தோடனே எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஹிண்ட் கொடுங்க, நம்ம ஆரம்பிச்சிடலாம்.
ஓகே ஓகே
We are ready. Everything is ready.
ஓகே சார்.
லிங்க் அனுப்புனா நான் அவங்க இன்னும் பார்க்கல.
சொல்லியிருக்கேன் ஃபாதர். சிஸ்டர் அனுப்பியிருக்காங்க வாட்ஸ்அப் நம்பர்.
ஷாம்லா மேம் வந்துட்டாங்களா? ஷாம்லா மேம்
சிஸ்டர் வந்துட்டாங்க ஃபாதர்.
வந்துட்டாங்களா?
ஆமாம் வந்துட்டாங்க.
Dear participants, greetings from St. Joseph's College. Greetings from St. Joseph's College, Arts and Science. PG Department of Commerce, in along with IQAC, is organizing international webinar series on trade distinctiveness in global disaster. As you are aware of what is happening all over the world, as a commerce professors and students, and we should be aware what is happening in the whole world. So the PG Department of Commerce is proudly organizing webinar series on trade distinctiveness in global disaster. Today we are going to have the session 7, marketing and selling during COVID-19. So to start with, I welcome our administrator, Reverend Sister Dr. K. Sandhya, to say a prayer and bless us to have the webinar series. On behalf of our founder, Father, Reverend Father Dr. J. Arulraj, and all our managing trustee, I welcome dear sister. Welcome sister for prayer and blessing.
Thank you, Father. My grace is sufficient for you. So, dear participants, let's all close our eyes for a moment. Let's invoke God's blessing to start this seminar meaningfully. God, a loving Father, we praise and thank Thee. Thank you, Lord, for giving us wonderful and pleasant evening. As we are going to start this webinar, may all of us get enough knowledge and wisdom. As you imbibe the wisdom and knowledge, let's also impart the wisdom and knowledge to enlighten others. Strengthen us. May your spirit guide us so that we may be able to fulfill your wisdom on this earth. We also ask you to bless our resource person, our head of the department, Dr. Reverend Father Adekalasamy, and her team members, the staff members. We also ask you to bless all our staff members of St. Joseph's. May all of us find peace and joy this pandemic. We ask this Christ our Lord. Amen. God bless you all the participants. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, dear sister, for your prayers and blessings and encouraging words. It's because of your encouragement and support we are doing this international webinar series. On behalf of the management, IQAC and PG Department of Commerce, I am happy to welcome Dr. Shaktivel to welcome the participants, especially the resource person, Mr. Johnson Praveen Kumar. When I approached him, he happily accepted the invitation and he is here with us. And more than 22 years, he is working in UAE and he is a well-known sales and marketing manager. So now I invite Dr. Shaktivel to propose the welcome address and welcome the gathering.
Okay, Father. Good morning. Good evening to all. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all for the day of second session's webinar series on topic on marketing and selling during the COVID-19. I welcome you all and behalf of our founder, Reverend Father Dr. J.E. Arulraj, Administrator Dr. K. Sandhya, our Principal Sir Dr. R. Ruben, our Vice Principals, Mr. Shyamla Alexander and Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, in our Department of HOD, Reverend Father Dr. I. Adakalaswamy sir, our department staff members, and once again, welcome to all. Today, for the sessions, we have our good speaker, Mr. Johnson Praveen Kumar, Territory Manager, UAE, Dubai. He has a 22 plus year of experience in the field of engineering, out of his 16 years Middle East countries and 6 years in India. In addition, he has vast experience of various fields like sales and marketing, distributor management, product management, business development, customer service, and so on. As now, he is a working now territory manager in Parker and One Sales Company in Dubai. And I wholeheartedly welcome him to take over this session, beautiful sessions today. And once again, welcome, sir. I welcome all the participants. I wish you all to have fantabulous sessions today. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Father.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir, for your welcoming address. Now I hand over the session to Mr. Johnson Praveen Kumar, and it's our great pleasure to have you, sir, with us. And now you can take over the session and you can share your thoughts. And I think the participants they will like and they will be used. They will get a lot of insights through your session. Welcome, sir, and kindly take over the session.
Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation, the welcome address, and the prayer, which is really greeting me and boosting me to do a better session and raise the people in the right moment. Good afternoon, everyone who have joined the session, and I hope it will be a beneficial session for each and everyone here. I really don't know the crowd, which I was asking Father whether it will be only academicians or it will be industrial people or students. So it is a mix of many people. So my presentation will be focusing on the students who have done the graduate, the postgraduates, and who are going to enter the field, and also for the academic people, the industrialist people, to have a market knowledge and how to succeed in this economical condition. So the presentation is not only towards the COVID-19 situation. At any situation, if we adopt these strategies, we will really win in our life. So let me just enter into the agenda. So today I will be introducing myself. I'll be talking about the product life cycle, which we would have studied in our graduation studies, and I will link that. What is marketing and sales? What about sales qualification? How to enter an account and what are the strategies? What is called sales value? What is called buying cycle? What does it mean by verbal and non-verbal discussion? What should be a sales leader? Should be with his virtues. There will be a Q&A and we will end off. So let me enter into the self-introduction. I'm proud to say that basically I'm from Kadalur, Tamil Nadu. I don't know how many people are there from out of state of Tamil Nadu and who doesn't know Kadalur. It's in Bay of Bengal. I'm very proud to say that I'm from Kadalur, and I have studied my schooling in St. Mary's Matriculation Higher Secondary School, the primary school. And when there was boys allowed, now there is no boys allowed in this school, so maybe many will be thinking how boys were studying there. I was there up to 5th standard, and after that I did my schooling 6th to 12th in St. Joseph's Higher Secondary School, Kadalur, which is in Manjakuppam. So then after that, my 12th standard, I moved to study mechanical engineer in Bangalore, and I have done Master in Business Administration, specialized in marketing in the IGNOU University while working in Bangalore. So I'm working in this Middle East for past 16 years, since 2004. I started my career in 1998 in Bangalore, a company called IQAC India Limited, where I was recruited as a sales and application engineer. Then I was like moving from Bangalore to Bahrain. I was working in Bahrain for around 6 years, a company called Hydrolink, and then I moved to Saudi and in Dubai for a company called Parker Hannifin Middle East, which I'm still working on for past 10 years. So basically in my role, I was into sales and application engineering, sales and application, product management, how then on developing the distribution, customer service. This is my field. While I was asked for this presentation, it immediately came to my mind about the first day of my interview in 1998 in UK in India. So that was my first job after my engineering graduation. So this I would like to emphasize and talk to the people who have finished now the graduation and who are going to enter into the market or who are going to enter into the job market. So if we ask anyone who has done engineering or who has done an MCOM or anything other than like in a graduate, who are any graduate, they will not say that I would like to go to sales. This I have checked more than a lot of people who has finished engineering or finished graduation in stream of science line or in a commerce line. I've asked many people. So the first interest, 80 to 90% of the people I have asked, they will not be interested in sales. So I was also a same guy before 22 years, where I was sitting in an interview, which I would not like to join sales. That was in my mind, and I was heading to an interview. So this is my experience, the first experience in my life, which I would like to share for the young graduates who are going to enter the job market. It's a pleasure to share this message. So when I was in the first round of interview in UK in India, in Bangalore, I moved from Cuddalore to Bangalore to have this interview, and a lot of aspiration that I have to get a job and I have to enter in a company and I have to work. I had a lot of commitments in my life with my the parents who made me to grow to this level. And when I did this engineering and when I was moving to Bangalore, it was really a pleasure for me to get that job. That was my dream, that I should get that job when I was in UK for the first interview. So there was a couple of stages in the interview, like group discussion, one-to-one discussion, HR discussion, everything was there. And all the 3-4 rounds I passed on, and I was very happy that it's an engineering company. I'm going to join an engineering company. I did my mechanical engineer, so I will be in a proper field and it will be a good for me. So I was in the last stage of getting my job offer, and I was put in front of the vice president of the company, and I was sitting in front of him. So I was past the 3 stages. So I was in a very confident that I will be getting this job at that 4th stage, because it was my final stage, and I was pretty sure that the way it went, it was good. So I was very happy that I'll be getting this job, and in full enthusiasm, I was sitting in front of him. So he was around 52, 53 years old person. I was around 22 years, 30 years experience guy. I was sitting in front of him. And when he saw my eyes, he spoke to me. He asked me, "So Johnson, what do you want to be? Which division you would like to work in our company?" I told, Father, when I came inside, sir, I saw a lot of like pump assembly, testing, and a lot of engineering terms there on the boards. So we are fresh graduates, right? We don't know what it is. And when it is linking to our studies, I prefer to be in an engineering field. I asked him, I would like to be in pump assembly or in a foundry or something like that, or in engineering design. So that was my wish, and it was my career in which I liked. So I should have answered him with this, but I didn't answer only that. I usually talk a lot. What I finished the sentence with that I would like to be in any division other than sales. So then he opened his eyes. He told, why? What made you to not to go to sales? So, sir, I have done my engineering and I don't want to be in sales. So he specifically told me that I need to be in sales for 6 months. So if you are willing, you can take the job, or you can get up and go home. So surprised, I don't want to be in sales. This will be the impression for anybody in a market now who are entering the job. So at that moment I took, okay, let me take a decision, let me see. And he gave me an option. He told me that you can be there for up to 6 months. After 6 months, you can come to my room and say that I don't like sales, I will leave that, and I would like to be in another division, I will change you. So when he guaranteed that, then I signed it. I took it that, okay, let me do this job. So without willing, I went for the first day of the job. I was sitting there, and second day, and when the job came up, and when I was coordinating, I was like coordinating complete India. So it was a lot of faces, people who were talking to me, and a lot of things were there in my contribution, which I was creating relationship. So I was very good in that. I didn't expect that I will be building that relationship, but I'm good. I know that I make good friends. I when I go even in a train or a bus, I don't even keep quiet. I try to talk to the next person. It's my character. I can't stop. I will talk to the person. I know about him. I'll say about me. So that is my character. That is my way of living. So then I thought, okay, maybe I'm suitable for the sales job. Then when this rolled down after 6 months, when sir came back and asked me whether you want to change or what do you feel? I told, no, sir, I would like to continue this job in sales, and I want to be successful in this. That day, that moment, which brought me this 22 years of experience to be in this field. This is why I want to tell this at this moment to the young people who are entering the market, because don't think that a sales job is something like who will put a tie and go, they will talk something, they will not. It's not a decent job. Many people think in that when they don't do the sales stream of studies, when they do other studies like science studies, engineering studies, or commerce studies, they totally avoid sales. But sales was successful for me, and it brought me, and God's grace, I have come to this level, and I'm very happy that I'm living in Dubai with 3 kids and with my family here. So just to share my experience on the first day to boost the people who are entering to the sales field. A quote which I like very much: our great weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. This was always told by Thomas Edison, who found the electricity. Okay, so let me enter into this. So my before entering to the marketing, the 4 stages of marketing and product life cycle. So presently, I am working in a company called Parker Hannifin Middle East. It's a multinational company. It's an American company here, which has a branch office in Dubai. And so I'm working in the branch office for a vertical called filtration. It's called Engineering Filtration Division, where I'm heading as a key account territory manager for the Middle Eastern countries. I'm covering around 16 countries here. So I am a technical person, having a marketing experience, and do sales and manage the distribution and also the customers. So this is my first commercial presentation, which Father allowed me to do. So I'm really happy to share this for the people, and I hope it will be enjoying for you. So let us think about the 4 stages of marketing, which we have studied in our studies in our college. So the product life cycle is introduction, the growth stage, maturity stage, and the decline stage. Do you think now, how is the market? Due to this COVID-19, we could see that the introduction stage, the growth stage, and maturity stage in many companies, you can see, you can Google, you can see the economic condition of the countries and many things. The maturity stage is on verge now. People doesn't want to decline. People want to stretch that. People want to move away from this COVID-19 situation to be successful in their field. So there are a lot of actions taken by the governments, not only Middle East governments, not only by the Indian government. You can see the speeches given by our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, to stabilize the economic condition of the country. So this is the product life cycle. This is the life cycle of any product or any market. So nobody would like to the decline stage. Everybody want to be a successful stage of growing in the market. So if you see in COVID-19 also, people want to grow. That is the major interest of people. To grow, the sales and marketing team are the strength for any company. So you should be happy to say that the sales and marketing team will be the front pillar of any company to grow the market, to grow the economy, to grow the country, to be the leaders of the world. What is marketing and sales? Just a touch to understand marketing and sales difference. So if you understand what is marketing, marketing is a system of business activities. This is plan, appraise, promote, and distribute required satisfying goods and services to target markets. So in order to achieve organizational objectives, this is like a starting of a company. Marketing is done by a starting of a company. They want to do something, they will plan, they will put a price for it, they will try to promote it and distribute it. So to the market, what they have been to satisfy the market. There is marketing. What is sales? Sales is a process when a company makes a product after doing the marketing. When they do the product and then tries to pursue the customer to buy it, it's volume. They produce something and they want to sell it. They have to see volume sales. They have to create profits. They have to create margins. They have to keep up the company fees. They have to keep up the families of the factories who are working. So a lot of things are there in sales. Who has to pursue? So presently, the marketing and sales is happening on a virtual world. So we are on a virtual world now. So I'm happy to see you all people in this Google Meet. There are a lot of virtual world medias now, which is Teams, Zoom, a lot of things are happening. So this is the way now the market is moving on. I'm sitting in home for past 2.5 months since March 8th. I'm working for the company and bringing profitability to the company. Now in this 2.5 months, I'm not going out, but I have to maintain the virtual meetings and I have to do this. It's not only me. If you ask any salespeople in the market now, anybody in the world, they will be doing this to be successful of the company, to make the successfulness of the company. So I would like to go and talk about sales qualification. So there are people like traditional salespeople. If you see, the traditional salespeople do not do any sales qualification. What is sales qualification? They directly move maybe to a company, okay? A cold call. A cold call is a dangerous one. So just to enter into the company, they go, they start, they talk to someone, they try to understand, okay, I want to talk about my product and I want to open my laptop, I want to present. So just they go, they start something to the company, to the person whom they meet or whom they try to meet and try to pursue that as early as possible to get that. So do you think that they will be successful? Just presenting, it won't help. So ideal best salesperson first does the sales qualification of the prospect customer, understand whether the person is qualified or right to explore. So now we can't shake our hands, as the government says now, Lord, don't touch, don't touch. So we have to say a vanakkam, which is a Tamil style, and we have to educate that to the complete world to say and be in this sales field. So if you are looking into that, now, which is important, the behavior, the contacts, our relationship, the empathy, what we have to keep on the people, and courtesy on the global market, what is happening on the market. These are all very important for the sales qualification. So to be a best salesperson, first do the sales qualification. 86% of the people who are sitting in, this is a study which has been done, that who are sitting in front of a customer, the customer thinks that they are not a trusted advisor. 50% sales try to sell, only that, on low cost. 50% sales don't do any research on the market, doesn't do anything on the qualification to pursue. So this sales qualification is a very important criteria for anybody to be successful. So let me go deep into it. A goal without a plan is just a wish. I like this slide very much. Every time we should have a goal in life, whatever it is, not in your job, not only in your job, not only in your life, anything. You fix a goal, try to extend that goal, try to keep that pole away. This is what my first boss told me. Try to keep a pole in front of you, try to reach that, then move that pole to the next level. We have to move around on this life and we have to be successful. So a goal without a proper plan, it's only a wish. We want to be like this, I want to be like this, I want to be Ambani, I want to be this, doesn't work. How to become that and what are the roads to that is very important. What is the effective account entry strategy is about? So like there is a strategy to enter an account. What is the strategy about? Seeing the right people, that is very important. Going to an organization, meeting the right people is very important in a sales call. At the right time, about the right issue, This will give you the probability. Sales is a probability of the right product meeting the right person at the right time. With more calls, you will get more sales. So this is the probability of sales. We have studied this Ansoff growth matrix in our degree. I hope in MCOM or in most of the studies this is there. If we don't know, I'll let to touch this. So this is what we use always. These tools are always used. The sales qualification tool and Ansoff growth matrix tool are always used in our day-to-day life in many conditions. Okay. What are the strategic principles are same for any sales you do. You sell soap, you sell powder, you sell engineering product, you sell whatever it is. The strategies remain same on this Ansoff growth matrix. It's a wonderful growth matrix to understand. Penetrating a new account or opening a new parts of existing accounts or selling additional product to an existing accounts. Whatever you do, this Ansoff growth matrix is a very good to align yourself. What is that? You can see the growth matrix which is shown on the side, which is like new product in an existing market. Existing market and existing product. So then you can see the market development and diversification. There are different stage. What you're going to do, you have to put the strategy first. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sell a new product. I'm going to sell into a new account. What we are going to do in this situation if you are entering into the market. Please be informed that your customer don't care about you, your products, your services. They care about themselves, their wants and their needs. Content marketing is about creating an interesting information and your customers are passionate about, so they actually pay attention and buy from you. They have to buy from you. You have to create that practice. You have to create that situation for the customer. So you can see now during this COVID-19, Philips is making ventilators. Why they have to make ventilators? They were doing TV, they were doing radio, they were doing, you can see the companies like Philips which are doing ventilators now. There are a lot of companies. If you go into Google now and search ventilators, which is the market potential now for the people in this COVID-19 situation, to support the people, to support the hospitals, ventilators are required. A lot of ventilators are required. A lot of companies are doing these ventilators. And you could see in all our news channels about the tunnels, this sterilization tunnels. The tunnels, you can see in UAE, I could see a lot of tunnels made here for any kind of shopping mall or anything. Wherever you go, you have a tunnel where you have a decentralized sanitizer which is sanitizing you, and then you enter in. So this, I think in India also there is a big scope. So these are the market which now has come. So many companies which were doing some other job or ranging, they are trying to do this. They are selling to try sanitizer machines. They are trying to sell new ideas on putting on the mask, putting phases for the mask to attract the people to use mask. They are putting, I can see a lot of cine actors on the mask. So people of young ages, they will buy. So there are a lot of marketing tactics given for the customers. So which is very important at this condition for understanding the market and adding a diversification in our product line for a company to be successful. Hope I'm going a little bit slow or I'm fast. I don't know. I hope you're all enjoying it. So the 5 sales key to create massive value. I hope everybody has pinned the presentation. I prefer everybody pinning the presentation. I think some people are pinning my face, which is not required now. When in Q&A you can pin my face. I request everyone to pin the presentation and see the presentation, please. So the 5 sales key to create massive value. It's a step-by-step sales key. Okay, so the first key, the sales qualification, first key is creating authority, establishing authority, establishing receptivity. It is called, I will explain you in a better
excuse
manner.
me, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Sir, kindly explain in detail the Ansoff matrix, sir. It is a 3 into 3 matrix, sir.
4 into 4 matrix. I will explain. No problem.
Because it is a very important topic, sir. We had forgot the topics.
Yes. Okay, sure. I will explain it. No problem. So let me be about. Yeah, sure. Definitely, I will say with an example. Okay. See, now I spoke about a new product in an existing market, a product development. This is product development. What is product development? When I spoke about Philips, I talk Philips now. Philips is going to do a new product. New product means they are producing new ventilators in the product line, which they were doing before something else. They were doing frying machine, they were doing mixing, they were doing TV, they were doing a lot of other products. Now they have introduced, I think, ventilators as a major in their product line. There are many companies doing that. So it's a new product development in an existing market. It's an existing market they have to do, but it is specific into maybe in hospitality or into this COVID-19 situation. That is the product development. So product development stage is new product into an existing condition. So existing product into an existing market, that is market penetration. What is market penetration? You have already seen the LCD TV. You have seen the normal TV, then LCD TV, LED TV, plasma TV. There are a lot of things coming in for the curved TV. So people taste change when one product is introduced into the market and it is put, that becomes obsolete. It is put, okay, then it becomes obsolete. The company has to work on the next generation, thinking about. So you can see Samsung putting like S20, S10, S11, S12, S20. So they are going on folding mobile, folding Samsung. Now you can see iPhone 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So they have to do this market penetration. This is called existing market, existing product. In existing market, how to penetrate and grow. So other one, which is like new market and new existing product, new market and existing product. This is called market development. We have to develop a market. So we're taught to develop a market. An example, again, we can see for existing product, which they have. So maybe you can think about an African country where they may not be aware of maybe an like say some product which is very familiar to be in India, which is not known to be here or known to be in Africa. Maybe you can consider something like okay, I am not getting an example immediately. So okay, consider a TV or something like plasma TV. Maybe it's very familiar for people in India or people maybe in Africa, in a remote place, they may not be aware. So to develop that market, so it's an existing product, developing in that market. This is a different style. Okay, this is another strategy. So the other diversification is like new product, new market, totally new product, new market. So you can see example of companies here. I know a company called they are doing hoses and fittings. They do hoses and fittings, a company. So I saw some advertising them on sanitizers. I was sanitizing machine on sanitizing tunnels. I was surprised why these guys are putting sanitizers suddenly. So according to this COVID-19 situation, the guys who are selling hose and fittings, they want to survive. They want to do something new and to be diversified and to generate revenue for the company, to keep the company on the face. That is called diversification. They have to do into a new product. It's like sanitizing machine into a new market. Maybe they will not sell the same product like a hose. Hose could be sold in oil and gas market in a very good way. You can't sell in oil and gas market. You have to sell it sanitizer to the common people in the supermarkets, in the medical shop, in an hospital, or in any industry where you go. You have to sell. This is called diversification. So I hope there are 4 ways. There are 4 stages, like market penetration, product development, market penetration, market development, and diversification. This is called hands-off growth matrix. This tool is always used in a company. Anybody starting a company or running company or whatever it is, they use this tool. Most of the companies, they prefer this tool to be a starting point as a strategy. Hope it is clear. So in the Q&A, we can ask more questions and we can understand that more. Okay. So what is this establishing authority and receptivity? So there are 5 stages. So I will just explain you in a very simple manner. So since I'm from Tamil Nadu, when I go out, when I was doing my job in Bangalore, or when I was doing in Bahrain or in Saudi, wherever it is, when I started my sales, I will try to find somehow, somewhere, where there's a Tamil speaking guy in the customer place. That is, I want to create an authority there. I want to see somebody known. If you see, for me, a Tamil speaking guy, for a Kannadiga guy, it will be a Kannada speaking guy. When we are here in in like another state. Okay, when you're in your same state, you understand, when you are in Tamil Nadu itself, maybe you are from a district, okay, from Tirunelveli district, or you are from North. So then they will try to find that district guys, okay, to understand and create an authority in that company. Maybe it is very easy, because you may bind somehow, you may reach, you may tell that I studied in your school. So you find a way. Maybe you use tools like LinkedIn or Facebook to understand in this company, okay, you have someone whom you can create that authority or receptivity to start the sales qualification process. So I put in a nice way that when I am in Middle East, I try to find somebody who is from India, maybe India, okay, from Tamil Nadu, okay. Then this is easy. When you are in another state in Indian continent, India itself, then you will try to find where is somebody from Tamil Nadu here. And then when you are working in Tamil Nadu, then you go to a district, then you go in your place, then you go. So you go deep into find a person whom you can create authority, or this person is called receptivity, who can give information about the company, who can't take any decision, who can't do anything on your sales process. He will be information. Information is wealth, as it's so told in a Tamil movie. Information is wealth. This information is very important. Where you get it in creating that authority and receptivity. Understanding the challenges. Now, with this authority and receptivity, you can understand and reach where there is a dissatisfaction. There is a people who is having a challenge in the company, who is having a need in their company about your product. You have to think about your product and the need in their company. That is very important here. So understand the challenges, the dissatisfaction in that. Then when you try to reach that dissatisfaction, when you reach the dissatisfaction stage, maybe when you move, it's not that one day job. I'm talking about a repo of sales, how to do that. So when you move into that, so now if you take an engineering company where they do produce some engineering material, so I will first find, for me, an example, I'll try to find whether there is an Indian guy or a Tamil guy who can speak Tamil or somebody. I will try to identify that first as establishing the authority. Then I understand the challenge. What is there from him? Maybe I'll get some information from him and try to reach the next guy. That is maybe a guy who is a technician in that division, in a particular division, or who knows technically that division well, or who has got a problem in them. So I will try to understand, I will try to identify that person and identify the challenges in that progress. Okay. Now, when you reach there, now, which is very important, you have to understand the cost of this challenge for them. What is costing them? I'm giving an example of a technician because it could be anybody, okay? It could be anybody, and you can do in any manner. But the steps, if it is in this way, we will be successful. That's what the presentation, what I'm going to give this way to the called ROI, return on investment. Then you can calculate you should not give any solution here. Maybe it will be very easy. This I can do in my company. You should not tell him immediately that we can do. You have to create a value for that. You have to create a value for that to create the return on investment for what you are going to, what they are going to spend, or what they are spending on it, to understand. So then we have to understand their drive. What is driving them? Who is the driving factor there? Who is going to do this? What is driving them to be to find a solution for this? What actually they want? So this is very important now stage in that understanding their drive. Then you have to present to their challenges what they have got. It is not that what you have got in the list. I have produced this or this. If you say someone, they will not be interested. The customer is not interested in your product, your thing. They have to be attracted. So you have to create an attraction to that. So this attraction will happen only when you present to their challenges, what problems they have. If you find someone to have a solution for you in your problems, you will be the happiest person in the world. So you have a problem. People have tons of problems. You have to understand the problem. You have to create a strategy on that problem, and then try to present on their challenges what they could get on this. So this should be done maybe to the guy whom you know, you understood, you can give a brief to him, but he may not be a decision maker. You have to understand the influence, the power of that company. That may be a manager of that division. Because if a technician says nobody's going to buy, it will be the manager who decides. The decision authority is the influence of the power, which is very important in a company. So now, what is the stage here? You are going to create an authority, understand the challenge. Now, what is the cost of that challenge? You understand, you evaluate that, and then understand their drive, and then you put it on the challenges on your presentation and go to the customer and explain that, go to the manager and explaining that this is what I understand. I was working with the technician for past 10-15 days. I was coming to their company to do this, and I would like to be a part of this, and I would like to solve this problem. So then you become, you have already won 50-60% of the confidence of that company. Many people doesn't do this. We have to be a consultant. You should not be only a sales guy. You should be a consultant. You sell whatever it is. You should be a consultant. You should be a doctor of that. You should feel that you are a doctor. Excuse me. You should feel that you are a doctor in that. And you should. Can you please put the mic? Excuse me. Okay, thank you. So this is a stage where you can present and influence the power to do that. So consider a medical rep, maybe an example from your people, a medical rep who is going to a doctor to present his medicines. You would have seen when you go to the hospitals, there will be medical reps are allowed only at this time. So they are medical reps. So you feel that this poor guy is coming and sitting with the doctor 3 to 4. So he has got a time. But the doctor also wants a medical rep to see what is happening in the market. He has to know. And the medical rep, first, when he enters, he will enter into an administration, maybe to understand the hospital, what they need. Maybe they want to buy something like biotech mission. You keep us like buying a biotech mission or NCR mission, something in a hospital. So in an administration, he can create a receptivity there. He can understand what is there. So then from there, he can go to the particular department where he can understand the dissatisfaction. Then with this receptivity and dissatisfaction, then he can go to the power, who is a doctor or who may be running the hospital, who is the owner of the hospital, who is the director of the hospital, to sell his solution to achieve the sales. This is the massive value creation of sales qualification. I hope it's clear, which is very important for any salespeople to do. It is not only on COVID-19 situations, any situation, these steps, if you follow, you will be successful in life. So what is sell the way your customer wants to buy? Focus on how the decision-making teams buys, not how you would like to sell. That's what I was saying there. You have to focus on the decision-making guy, decision-making team. Maybe in a company, there will be a team of people decision-making there. So you have to focus on them, how you would like to sell. You have to understand that. So remember that you are dealing with people who have different priorities, different feelings and ambitions. Maybe he has fought with his wife on the day morning and he would have come there. There will be somebody who has passed away, who would have been struggling in something, family situation. There is a lot of values. So you have to create that empathy, and you have to create that you should be you should feel and remember that there are different people, different priorities, and your priority is for you important. For him, you have to create that priority, that your priority is also important for them, and be an ambitious guy for that. So you have to recognize the psychological phases or stages that customers go through in making a major purchasing. You have to understand the psychological phases. So it's called a buying cycle. It's like, if you think just everyone would have bought a bike, maybe a bike, a car, or a house. So what you do for that? First, you analyze whether I am ready to buy a house now, whether I can buy a bike now. When I bought my first bike in Bangalore, after 1.5 years working, it was all my savings. I was savings a little. Then I was saying, okay, I could buy a bike now. So you plan for it, right? You plan for it. You plan that we have to reach the stage to buy. So there are a lot of strategies you create on buying, even for your home utensils, something, whatever you're going to buy, you think about, it's a buying cycle. What you want to do is called a buying cycle. So analyze where the account is as a whole and where each influencer is her or own buying cycle. You have to understand the influencer in each stage. It's very important that you have to understand the influencer, and you have to influence their to get a successful win. Use appropriate tactics and skills at each stage to shepherd the influence towards a simultaneous favorable decision. It should be a favorable decision to move around. You have to go to the next stage, and reach it in a proper way. If you are, just think about a guy, a medical rep, which I told him, if he goes to the doctor or to the owner, and just if he goes and say, I want to sell this biotechnician MCM machine for your hospital, are you willing to buy? Do you think that it will be a successful sales? No, it could not be. It can never be a successful sales if you reach the power immediately. The power should be reached on steps, which is very important for any sales guy. Hope I have given enough information and emphasize on this. So many people, what they do to create the relationship, they tell some stories. So I told a story now about my UCAN job when I was joining. So this will build relationship, trust. You can create stories which is like to build a trust between, and you can talk about different story. You can talk about something, your successfulness in life. I used to always, I have a couple of stories. I will share one story here, which I did in my career in when I was working in Bangalore. After two and a half years, I was allocated for Coimbatore region, and I was working for a company, for a machinery which has been supplied to them to create special purpose machine. So special purpose machine is to produce some fittings or some components for a bike or for a car. It's a component manufacturing. It's called a special purpose machine, in engineering term called special purpose machine. So this special purpose machine works on an hydraulics. So this was my field. I'm working on the field of hydraulics. So I was sales and application engineer. So I need to sort out the issues when that is commissioning time. During the commissioning time, I need to do and sort out the issues and try to be a successful commissioner of the product when I'm selling the product. That's my job. I have to get the sales and do the commissioning. This is my job in that. So I remember very well. It was on January 11th of 2002. 2 days. It's 11th, 12th. It was Pongal time. It was January 14th. You will be reaching for Pongal in Coimbatore. During this Pongal, they try to do this new things. They try to do some pujas and new things. So the owner was a lady. She was very strong. She came. She told, I want this mission to run. I want to start this mission producing components on Pongal. We were already reaching on Bogi. Already Bogi came January 12th, 13th. The mission was not working. There was a small problem which was creating an issue from our hydraulic circuit, from our technicality. So our factory was trying, our technical team was trying. They were doing a lot of things sitting in Bangalore. They were trying to stimulate the things. They were trying many ways how we can succeed in this. On that day, I have spent already two and a half days there without any successfulness. At last, a thought came. At last, a drive came. Maybe we have to change something technically. It's called a stiffness of a spring. If there is an engineering people, they can understand. I have to overcome a pressure to get a back pressure on the system. So that thought came. That thought, I was trying to change the spring which was there with a higher, stiffer spring, which totally avoided the problem, and the machine was working fine. After 2 days, 2 nights, no sleep. We were there in the machine, sleeping in the machine. After engineering, after everything, I was doing my MBA. We have to prove ourselves in that market. Then the customer will never forget you. After that, the customer is yours. You are there. Until today, I have relationship with them. 20 years passed away. These people still they remember me. I have a good relationship with this company in Coimbatore. Why? Because that day on Pongal, the owner was really happy that we started the mission. So this is an enjoyment which you should have that passion. You should have that feeling to do that. That is very important in sales and in application. When you solve a problem, you should think about solving a problem. That is very important. I'm talking technically because I was from a technical background. I can give examples of technical things. But if it's an FMCG product, whatever it is, whatever you're going to sell, you can see that this is going to suppose it is going to give a need. There is a need for someone who is going to buy it and who is going to enjoy it. So you have to create that enjoyment in a better way. You have to make them understand that in a better way. You have to find tools for that and do that to be successful. Okay, so you have to create stories accordingly and to create relationships. Stories are very important. Stories, there are a lot of books written in Google. You can see if you're salespeople, how to build relationship with stories. There is lot of stories. Stories are very important in sales. We have to tell, only be very careful that if you're going to tell a create own story, be sure that you are very strong on that story, or else it will backfire you. It's very important that you are in a correct phase. Okay. We started a little bit late, so I have something to move. Still, I have 4-5 slides. Okay. So I would like to go into this buying cycle. So the buying cycle is like changes over time. This is first. What is changes over time? What changes are impacting the client? You have to understand the changes. If you refer to my previous slides to understand what are their needs, do they raise needs? You can satisfy. Do you have anything to satisfy the customer? You should have a product with you to do that. You can't do something else which is not relevant to us. I'm a technical manager for filtration here. I have to sell a product to a filtration. I can't go and sell control systems or something else which is not in my profile, or which is not in my company even. I can't do that. So I have to go and find a potential where there is a filtration business. Filtration is like, we sell dryers, we sell filters for compressed air, we sell filters for Coca-Cola, Pepsi. There is a lot of products in filtration. You can see the power plant who are producing water, they need filters for that. So you can see the water RO plants which you are installing in your home hole. There is filters in there. There are a lot of filtration. There is an hydraulic oil filtration. In oil and gas, there's lube oil filtration. So there is in process filtration. So there is a lot of filtration concept. I have to identify that where there is a race and where there will be a need. You have to satisfy that need. That is very important. Okay. So you have to create changes over time. You have to understand. You have to put many open questions. Understand this on changes over time. So the second step is in buying cycle, recognition of needs. Explore decision process and people, which I spoke before. Explore the problems and build needs where you or your company is strong. You have to be strong in that. That's what I'm saying. You have to know about it, and your company should be also having the capabilities to do that. You can't take a big project where you have only 5 people in your company. If you're going to take a project management or a complete project, then you should know whether our company is capable of doing that. That is very important. Recognition of needs. And demonstrate the capability, what capabilities you have got, what capabilities the company has got. Convert the needs to decision criteria. Convert their needs to your decision criteria, which is very important here to have the recognition of needs. So what happens here? See, many salespeople like what they don't do. They don't spot the changes, and they don't understand the key players in an organization. They don't do that. They think only about their account maintenance, their sales. They think about they don't maintain the relationship. That is very important. The recognition of needs, change over time, and recognition is maintaining the relationship and also maintaining the account, maintenance of account and account development. You have to see how you maintain your existing account, how to develop the account. That is very important here. So what they don't do, so they don't spot the changes, and they don't spot the key players in an organization. So the third stage of a buying cycle is evaluation of options. Reinforce criteria where you are very strong. You have to reinforce on that. You have to tell that this is my strength. This is what I have got. This product I have got where you can get a satisfactory result on your mission. If I go to a company like Coca-Cola, if I don't say that my filtration will solve your problems as a food and beverage company, and you're going to supply Coca-Cola to the world, our filters will remove all the impurities on your product, and we can guarantee you on that. We have got a lot of certification, a lot of things, so you can buy and use this filter in your systems to have a successful market. And I have to reinforce on the criteria where I am strong, where you are strong. You have to do that. Okay, that is very important on evaluation of options. So change criteria you can't meet. Try to change the criteria which you can't meet, which is impossible by you. Maybe you can give another solution to solve the problem. You can do something, change the criteria. Use mentor to sell for you with persuasive proposals. You have to try to mentor it. You have to be a mentor on that, and you have to change. Ensure that proposals and presentation focus on demonstrating best fit. It has to be like a best fit with the key players, like a decision guideline. It should be a best fit. Okay. And you have to resolution of concerns, make joint implementation of plans. You have to work together with them, the company, to create plans, handle concern raised, what are the raised concerns by the people in the different departments, different people. There will be a lot of concerns raised. You have to understand the concerns. You have to ignore the concerns and the consequences happening. So you have to you have to work on that. So there will be a lot of pressure on you. Maybe they will be trying to exert their pressure on you. They will try to find whatever solutions they can get out of you when you are there in a new project at all. So I am presently working on a biogas project. So biogas is created from the biological, like the wastewater treatment. So when I go there, this is new for the company also. They are doing the project, they are getting the project. So when they ask a lot of questions, they put a lot of things. They want to be safe. They want to understand the consequences. What will happen if I put this control, if I put this filter, if I put this dryer, this chiller, what will happen? This is their concern. They have a lot of concerns. So now if I don't take care of their concern and explain them and try to solve that, I will not be a successful person there for them. They will think that, this guy is a sales guy. So I need to do a great job of changing their mind, changing their concerns to solutions. So that is very important. Resolution of concerns, demonstrate my capability, convert needs to decision criteria. So this is very important of resolution of concerns. This is the fourth stage. So then the fifth stage, you will have a decision, closing the deal and winning it. So the finally implementation. In implementation stage, keep contact with a wide range of people to understand what is happening. Maybe there will be a problem in other division. Maybe you're connecting to from one division to another department, maybe another department to another department in a company. Maybe you would understand from the wide range of people what is happening. Document success to all key people. You have to tell. So one department I've told, you've done a wonderful job, Johnson. This is a very good tool for us. This is helping us to achieve this. So demonstrate, create a document, create a map, marketing application map on that, and try to tell this to the people. Maybe you can use that as a reference for your future sales also. Use this documents. Okay. Be there when critical stages are reached. When they are doing some critical stages or producing something, be there, be with them as a consultant, be with them and enjoy that, be with them too, and try to drive that with you. Keep regular contact. So we have to keep regular contact, and we have to keep that phase and rolling buying cycle. So it is not that after finishing this, close that. It's not closing. You should find some other opportunities in the company. Maybe you'll have another opportunity. So you have to keep the regular contact. You have to keep the contact with the people, relationship building, which is very important. So finally, to summarize the buying cycle, identifying the changes, recognition of needs, evaluation of options, resolution of concerns, decision making, and implementing. So these are the finally, to summarize the buying cycle. This is very important in the buying cycle, which you have to have in your everyday mind when you get up in the morning, what you're going to do today, what we are going to do in sales, what actually we are going to achieve. This buying cycle helps us to motivate ourselves to reach to the next level in market. Okay, so sales closing, I'll just brush up on anything on closing time. When you're doing a key ingredients of a sales closing, which is very important, a bridging statement that announces the closing. You have to create a bridge. You can't suddenly, okay, finished, sir. I've done my job. I'll go move. Bye. It's not like that. You have to create a bridging statement that you are going to finish the sales discussion with the customer. So you have to use words like, let me summarize to restate my main points, to sum up where we have been. So like this, you can use some terms to talk about what you have done on that day when closing the sales. A restatement of the key points is very important. You can give a key points, what we have done and what we have discussed today, what we are going to do tomorrow. So that will help the people to, okay, this guy is giving a summary. Okay, now we have to do this. So what will be in their coat of ball and what we have going to do, and this we can understand here. Restatement of key points, summary of the main idea. What is the main idea of this? It's a benefit statement. What it's the benefit of both. It's a mutual benefit for both. You will get a sales, and the customer will get the need of them. Okay, so which is very important. Brief and memorable statement. You have to create some brief and memorable statements so that the people doesn't forget you that you have done this and you just move. So if they have an issue, or if you have solved a problem, or you have done a wonderful job in a company, you have supplied something good for a person, then you have to create a memorable way, so that maybe you can give a token of like thank you for the sales, you can send a mail to them, or you can send a greetings to them, so that people will think that, okay, this guy is really a professional guy who thanks us of this after the sales. He's really following up on us. So this memorable statement will help a lot to create and maintain the relationship, which is very important in sales closing. Okay, so I'm running short of time. I think we set a little late. I have another 2 slides to go. Let me go. It's very important. People should really know this. That's the reason I would like to emphasize this. The verbal discussion. So you have to always use imagery. Use words your listeners can picture. So you have to use good words, which it should create a picture in their mind for the people. Okay. Imagination. The pronunciation is very important. Maybe we have to pronounce it properly to understand. Many people, the pronunciation may not be very good. They have to trim out the pronunciation. They have to try to develop. It is not that I came from Tamil medium. Some people, I've seen many people in my sales. So I was studying in Hindi medium, so I was studying in Tamil medium. So it's not that. The pronunciation is like what you are delivering to the customer, what you are going to give to this customer. That is very important. The pronunciation is very important. So if you're talking, so when you're just think about a person calling you, hello, is it Johnson? How are you? Hello, yes, how are you? If you talk like that vibe will not be there. You lose the vibe. The customer will immediately, oh, this guy, he is not in that vibe. But in other hand, the customer is, hello Johnson, how are you? When they start, hello sir, yes sir, how are you? Then you go down. So you have to create that vibe. You have to create that frequency with the customer. It is not that you have to change your character. You have to be with the character of the customer to win the customer. It is not that you have to change your behavior. You have to be with the customer to be a successful salesperson. You have to understand the vibe, and you have to understand the frequency, and you have to move on that. That is very, very important in sales. You have to speak gently, loudly, maybe, face to face. So when somebody talking on the phone, they may think that I'm on the phone, this side, he will not understand. He will be sitting on a bed and talking. But easily the other side, you can understand whether the person is sleeping on a bed or he's in a relaxed mode or not. So your voice vibe will give a frequency to the person sitting on the other side. It's very important when you're talking over the phone, or when you're not on a visual side. I'm on a visual side here. People are seeing me now, I understand. But when it's not on visual side, people feel relaxed. Okay, they will not be seeing. It's not that. But your voice and vibe will reach the customer, will reach the other party. They will understand what you're doing, which is very important here to understand the pronunciation. So use proper grammars. Use usage of proper usage of words, and you should be changing, like it should be there will be a lot of salespeople coming to your customer, so you should be unique in that. Maybe a customer has opened a tender, maybe for around 20 companies are coming and discussing the technical point, they are going there. So you have to create some value on you and some product, some information regarding the customer problem, and try to do that. That's what I'm talking from starting. So that part will make you unique of that salespeople. You have to be unique in any way. You have to be unique to be a winning guy. Okay, which is very important. So then if the customer is having some problems here discussing with you, then you have to slowly understand. If you don't understand, you can ask, sir, shall I summarize what you told? This is A and B, this is what C. So you won't like to do this. Is it right, sir? So if you phrase that, you will also understand. Okay, maybe sometime the customer will tell, okay, this is what. So when you phrase that to understand in your way and make him understand that this is what you understood from him in a nice way, this makes you a very good vocabulary to reach the customer. Scientifically ask little questions. Don't ask a lot of questions. That should be open questions. It should not be like closed questions. Sir, how are you? Yes, I'm good. Okay, what do you want, sir? I want this. It should not be like that. So can you please explain me that the issue which you faced, I heard about it from you. Can you please explain me, sir? Can you please explain me, describe that issue, how it happened? So describing, explaining, these are the open questions. Put open questions on the verbal discussions. Okay, emphasize. You have emphasis on the subject. You have to understand, you have to be deep into that. You have to be a consultant and a doctor, not a salespeople. The person should think, if there is a problem, this guy will be a right guy to solve it. You can't do everything. You are representing the company. It's not that the sales guy should know everything in the company and he's a great guy. Maybe certain things you have to go back to someone to ask in your organization. You have to do that. It is there. So you may be having 50 people, 100 people in your company, and you may be the French soldier of the company. But you have to have a brief knowledge about your company, and you have to stand there and you have to explain that, and you have to reach maybe where you don't know. You have to say, no, I don't know this. I have to ask the concerned department. I'll come back to you, sir. And you have to go back to the customer with the correct information by email or by information. It has to pass on to the customer, which is very important. And turn-offs, which we can, like closing all this should be in a proper way in our verbal discussion. Okay. So then I would like to go into the non-oral discussions. Body language, which is very important. Eye contact, when you're talking to a person, the eye contact is very important. You have to have a proper eye contact. You can't see somewhere there and I can't talk. Now, I am very concerned about seeing my laptop. I'm trying to make, because it's very difficult to do a virtual meeting when you're sitting in a front of 20 people. When you do a presentation, it's different story. You can see this face, that face. It will create I have to see my laptop here, but there are different faces seeing me. That's a very difficult part. Now, when you do Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting or a Google Meet, it's very important that you are connecting the people there. It's very important that you have an eye contact on the people. I can't create an eye contact here, but the people who are there in front of me should have an eye contact on me, which is very important on eye contact. The facial expression, which we have to create, and the head movements, which is very important. Some people will say, yes, sir. So this yes, sir, in Philippines, they say no. For this is no for them. So, which is very important. You can't, it's very good. You can say it's very good to an Indian like this. For them, it's okay. It's good. Yes, it's good. But for a person who are from other, maybe I think I have some Filipino friends. When I say yes, they say, why are you shaking like that? They say that it's for them, it's like something negative. It's a negative head movement for them. So for us, this is the negative head movement. For them, this is the head movement, negative. So there are movements which we have to monitor ourselves, which we have to control ourselves. So the gestures, we have to be in a proper gesture, the posture where you have to stare, you can do like this, you can sit like this, you can't scratch your head. You have to be a professional to look into. The customer should feel, okay, this guy is a professional guy. This is the posture is very important. The dress. And I can sit, okay, I'm in a Zoom meeting, maybe I'm in my home now, I don't have an office, I have to do this meeting in my home, so I can't wear something else and sit here. I have to wear my coat. By children's, oh, you're wearing the coat and suit in home and sitting now. Yeah, what to do? It's the way of life now because of COVID-19. I have to be, when I attend a meeting, I have to be. When I attend a meeting from some people from my Italian office, they talk, because I report to my Italian office. So I have a team of people working for me in Italy. So I have a boss in Italy. So I have to talk to him. I can't wear a t-shirt or a lungi or a shorts and sit with him and talk. It doesn't make sense. I have to wear a proper dress, even in a virtual meeting. It's very important when you're in a person meeting, the dressing culture, okay? The body language, the dressing culture, okay? So this is the non-verbal. So last slide of mine, this is a salesperson to be a leader, what he should be. A leader, salespeople, first thing, the virtues of leader are trust. People should trust you, which is very important. People should have that belief on you. You have to create that belief. Belief is very important character for a salesperson. They have to trust you. You can't create group of stories there. You have to be a trustable, worthy guy to be a leader. So compassion, you should be a compassion, sympathetic. So you think now I have sent a lot of WhatsApp message asking people who are working from home, who have some problems. I ask, so this COVID-19 situation, you have issues, get some WhatsApp message, understand that, are you okay, everything is fine, are you keeping safe, be safe. So when you ask this is like it's common to the people. When you ask this to customer, the customer will be very happy. Okay, something, because it's a buying-selling relationship. The buying-selling relationship should build to a friendship. It has to grow, so that you can create the compassion. You have to be a sympathy on that. When you are sending a mail or something, you could write, hope you are safe, dear sir, how are you, hope you're keeping safe in this condition. We understand that it's very difficult for us and we are also facing the same, and we hope we will be coming out of this soon. The Almighty God will take care of us. So something like that, you have to get a compassion. Okay, it's a sympathy, or should be courage. You should have the courage to win that business. You should have that strength, the courage with you. It should be the strength in facing an issue. You should have the strength. Without facing an issue, you can't solve. You have to face an issue to solve a problem, because that is strength which you should have. That's a courage, justice, genuine respect for people. You should give justice, and you should be a genuine respect. You should give a genuine respect for the people. Then the wisdom, the quality of having experience, knowledge. As sister started her prayer with the wisdom, which we should have the wisdom and knowledge. Yes, wisdom is very important, and which we should use our wisdom in a proper way and to achieve. Okay, and the hope. We should have a hope, like we should have a desire to have the hope, and also we should have, temperance. So we should have the control of temperance and hope. Temperance and hope, sorry for that. Temperance and hope. We should have the temperance to control ourselves to when there is a situation where there is somebody angry on you. We should not, okay, you know that, I know me, what is this? I can see you, where we can do. It's not like that. The salespeople has to go down, have to be in that sympathy way to reach and understand that maybe he may be wrong, but you have to make him understand that he's wrong in a proper way. That is called temperance. So hope is like particular thing to happen, expectation to particular thing to happen. You have to create a hope on you that this guy will do that. This is a hope. Okay, so for this is my final slide, last slide. So to be a leader, this is very important. And for all the young people, I would like to tell one story, which is called a donkey story. It's called donkey story. Maybe many of you will be knowing it. To finish this discussion, just I would like to finish that with this donkey story. So there was one person with his son moving on with a donkey on a road. Okay, when they were moving on the road, there were people talking to the person. Many people on the road, they are saying, hey, why this guy is having a donkey and he's walking on, put the son on that, and why should he walk? So okay, he thinks that he's putting his son on the donkey and he's walking. So then a little far he goes, then another guy coming, and he says, see this guy, this son is sitting here and this old man is walking. This old man should sit. Why he can't, this son can't walk? He's a young, energetic guy. Why can't he walk? Why can't this old man sit? So then they think, okay, I will sit and you walk. So they stopped, they walk. So when they let little friend, see these people, they are why can't this old man sit with this young guy and go in this donkey? Why can't they enjoy that? So then this both, the old man and the young man sits on the donkey and go little far. So when they move, there was people standing and they say, oh, see these people, what they are. They don't have any courtesy. They don't have any. They are the two people sitting on the donkey. They don't have anything to do. They are sitting on this. This is not a courtesy on that. They are telling we should tell the Blue Cross. So some people talk like that. Then they think, oh, shit, we should not do this. Then what they do? They try to take the donkey. The donkey was struggling. So they tried the donkey and they carried the donkey and they moved. Then when they were moving, they reached a river and the donkey when it saw the water, when it saw the shadow of the donkey, it stumbled and fell down. So all of them fell down on the water and they didn't move. What it says, there will be a lot of people in your way, in your life path, coming and saying many things in your life and disturbing you or changing you. But you focus on your goal. You have to have a goal. You have to have a hope. You have to reach. Any salesperson having a hope and goal with a proper wisdom. You should have you should think whether I should do this or not. You should think. You have a mentor. You could have one mentor whom if I think in my life that you can, vice president who told me at that time, you take sales, you will be a successful person. I still remember him after 22 years. There will be somebody in your life who will be telling you this. Please listen to them and listen only to them. It's not that listening to everyone in the world. Evaluate that with your thinking and with your wisdom and win the life. This is very important to be a sales leader in the market. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and it will be my question time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your interesting and very informative session. I could see in the chat box many people, they have expressed their ideas. John Marie Sousa has expressed, sir, you simply act as multi-personality. And it was highly informative and very interesting talk. and the examples what you gave is really good. I think our participants they understood better, and very less questions were posted. Only 2 questions. I think you have explained very well, and our participants they were very happy regarding your presentation. And now economist Mohan was asking, GE matrix and ANSOF matrix both are same or different? It's little statistical question he is asking.
I think GE matrix is created by that organization itself, GE, I think. ANSOF matrix is the right. See, everybody, see, even Parker has got Parker matrix. It's called Parker matrix. Siemens will have Siemens matrix. So the ANSOF is the guy who created that matrix. I hope I'm right, but better to check in Google also. I'm not ultimately.
Yes. Yeah. Then another, I think it's a very big question. It was posted by Vaishnavi. Sir, you have explained about cost of challenge aspect. There are companies where the marketing department functions before the production department. Example, marketing department catches clients for whom production department works. How will they face cost challenge in such cases? So it is asking like this.
What I understand from this question is actually what she says, that the marketing department and the product department are working together to sell the product, right? That's what I mean in that. It's a marketing strategy. So marketing strategy is like, it is like satisfaction given to a customer by what you produce. See, in this case, what you talk, the company is going to produce something. Okay, you think about, okay, in this COVID-19 situation, a company is producing a sanitizer machine. Okay, a sanitizer machine, if it's going to produce, the product is going to be produced by the product development guys. The market development guys should work with the product development guys. This is called the planning stage, which I spoke on my 4th stage of marketing. This is called a planning stage, where they have to properly price it, properly plan it, properly reach it, which is very important for that. But when they started producing the sanitizer machine, they can't keep on changing many things on it, but they can improve the design, they can improve certain things, they will be trying to improve certain things. That is, then they produce volumes. That is called sales. So I think the cost in while the product development and the marketing development work together to do the promotion of the product with the right pricing. I hope I have answered. If not, you can send me a mail. I will answer it if possible. Thank you very much for the question.
Yeah. Dear participants, if you have any queries and questions, you can email to hodcom@stjosephscollege.ac.in or to the resource person's email. It will be posted in the chat box, and you can post your questions. And it is very interesting, and it's awesome session what we had today. And now by the presentation and by the speech, we could understand that Mr. Johnson Praveen Kumar is an excellent and great sales and marketing manager, and we are happy and we are proud to have him as our resource person. Now I call upon our Vice Principal, Mrs. Shamala Alexander, to propose a vote of thanks. And now I welcome ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Yes, Father. Good evening. On behalf of St. Joseph's College, KOVUR, the PG Department of Commerce proposes vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank the Almighty for guiding us throughout all the sessions. I would like to thank our management, especially our administrator, Reverend Sister Dr. K. Sandhya, for our constant support. Dr. R. Ruben, Principal, for his encouragement, and Vice Principal Mrs. B.V. Vijayalakshmi for her motivation to conduct this international webinar. I take immense pleasure to thank our resource person of this session, Mr. Johnson Praveen Kumar, Territory Manager UAE. Your speech was so crisp and clear about the marketing condition in the present scenario, different stages of buying cycles, and selling techniques and the qualities of salesperson. I'm sure that the participants would have benefited 100%. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I would like to extend my thanks. I would like to extend my thanks to the head of the department, Dr. K. Adeklasamy, for his great effort in conducting this international webinar. Thank you, Father. And I also thank all the staff of the Commerce Department for your support. I thank Mr. Jayachandran for his technical assistance. Last but not the least, I wholeheartedly thank my dear participants for participating in this international webinar and made it a grand success. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for the vote of thanks. And once again, I thank all the resource persons. We had 7 eminent resource persons, and it's our pleasure to have Mr. Johnson Praveen Kumar to have to give the final session for our international webinar series. It's a great pleasure to thank him and honor him. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much for this appreciation, and thanks for the people who have joined. I'm really happy to see a lot of people join, a lot of comments, and it's really a pleasure for me. This is my first commercial presentation in my life. I've never done a commercial presentation. I always do a technical presentation to win a customer, but it's a pleasure. Thanks for this opportunity for me, which is really a pleasure to have this session here during this lockdown to make me relax something different from my daily routine job. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for all the participants who have joined us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, hereafter you will get many more invitations. Already to economics department, they have asked me to give you a contact number and email ID. And I think you are a very interesting person and knowledgeable person, and you will be called. I think from our college also you will get a lot of invitation also. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And we remember all our resource persons. And especially in this time, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our founder, chairman, Reverend Father Dr. J. Arulraj, and our DFT managing trustee and other eminent persons, especially Reverend Sister Dr. K. Sandhya, our administrator, Dr. R. Ruben, our principal, vice principals, all the HODs and staff members, especially PG Department of Commerce staff members. It's because of their effort and cooperation, and we are successful to do our international webinar series. In a special way, I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Solomon Thangaraj, and it's because of his support, and we are doing all the technical works. As well as I thank Mr. Rishi, and we are very young chap and doing wonderful things, and he is doing all the preparation work for us. And also I sincerely thank Mr. Jayachandran, our technical assistant, and though he is in a busy schedule, and he is always with us to help us. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And all those who were working behind the screen, I also thank them. And God bless you all. God will give you the good health and prosperous life. Once again, we thank our resource person. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And we will meet again. Thank you so much. Now, I invite Dr. Thank you, sir. Dr. Solomon to give a few instructions regarding the certificates and the queries. Dr. Solomon, now you can address the participants.
Thank you for that. Dear participants, we have posted the feedback form for the last session. I request you all to fill the feedback form. Now also I am posted that. I request all the participants to fill the feedback forms now itself. Since we have to give time for others, those who are not filled the other sessions feedback form, we request the participant to fill the present feedback form now itself, so that you will receive the certificate soon as possible. Regarding your certificates for our first session to sixth session. If you are not received your certificates, kindly mail us. Kindly mail us. I will post the email address now. Hope you all able to view the mail address. I able to see I didn't receive certificate for yesterday's session. My email ID. Ma'am, kindly send mail to us. Can you find the mail address above? hodcom@stjosephcollege.ac.in. You can send mail to us. Ashok sir, Rishi sir asking you to wait for 15 minutes. So hopefully you will receive the certificate soon as possible.